What does it look like to do YouTube for 120 days in a row? Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and like I just said, what does it look like to actually do YouTube for 120 days in a row? Now, if you're new to my channel is all about starting a small business entrepreneur type stuff. It's everything that you're going to need to help you grow your business, both online and in person, and all the experiences that I've been through growing my business now for the last 3+ years. So I've been doing 120 YouTube videos in 120 days, and I wanted to show you guys exactly what that has resulted in. So I started this challenge on February 21st, and currently it is June 21st of 2021. So 120 days, I have produced a video every single day. Now, I'm going to be covering my YouTube analytics, I'm going to be covering my website analytics, my organic website growth, and I'm going to cover and lay out all of the cards, so that way you can either choose to do this or not choose to do this. But either way, I think it's really, really valuable that you guys are going to see this information and ultimately what you can kind of expect. Now, I will also preface a lot of this. None of my content is Gary Vee type stuff. It's not Grant Cardone type stuff. It's really not that, or even Mr. Beast type stuff. It's not that kind of content that's like adrenaline pumping, oh my God, I'm giving away millions of dollars. No. I mean, I'm giving away advice that can make you millions of dollars, but I'm not giving away millions of dollars in advice. This is the stuff that I've used, implemented, experienced, and ultimately it's just going to help you grow your business, probably save you a lot of time, energy, effort, and money along the way, and hopefully you turn out a six-figure business like I did across this entire channel. So I want to share with you guys everything. I'm going to be covering all the analytics. I mean, we're going to dive completely into it. Now, I'm also going to preface this with, I haven't done any other marketing, no ads, no real Facebook posts. I mean, I'd share out articles and sometimes a YouTube video here and there if it was applicable on Facebook, but that's it. I'd barely have an email automation series set up just because it's quite honestly not my main focus. My main focus is my digital marketing agency. This is more of a hobby type project and stuff to do in my free time, and for whatever doesn't apply to my agency, I get to share it here. So that's what I've been doing. I'm going to pull up my YouTube channel here, and we are going to dive into this. So this is my YouTube channel, Small Business Success, Learn, Grow, Sell, right? That's literally all my channel is about. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's exactly what I cover in my channel, and ultimately I have a little subscribe button. Now, if you don't know or you've never seen this before, this is purely because I use a program called TubeBuddy, and it'll actually show you. So over the lifetime of my channel, I've had 17.6 thousand views with 233 videos and 29 videos uploaded in the last 30 days, because this will be the 30th video in 30 days, right? We have 1.7K views on my channel in the last 30 days, which is awesome. That's pretty wild to think that 1/17 of my channel's traffic has come from the last 30 days. Ultimately, that number will grow over time, but it's a great feeling so far. So this is my channel. Now, I need to go through and modify and update a lot of this. I mean, there's definitely a lot of potential for growth in this, and this is something that I plan on doing now that I'm not making 120 YouTube videos in 120 days. Although I kind of do enjoy the video every day, but every once in a while there's a day that I'm like, I really just don't want to make a video, and that's human nature, right? It's really hard. I struggled a lot making this 120 YouTube videos in 120 days. Most of the time it was fine, smooth sailing, but look, life gets in the way. We want to go out. We have friends stay here. We got to take care of the dogs, whatever it is. We need to run, errands for the household. There's a lot of things and stuff that just pops up in your life. And that's part of being human. That's part of growing and learning. So this has been my experience with it, and you could see in here my 120 videos, right? How to YouTube thumbnails, right? 15 hours ago, we have best landing pages. I mean, literally everything you're going to want to learn. AI versus AI. This is a personal favorite of mine, but you could see all of the videos. I mean, 120 days is realistically 4 months of YouTube straight, right? That's a lot of content. That's a lot of time to make videos. And you could actually it's pretty funny too, if you actually look, you could tell what the weather was, because if I'm wearing a hoodie, it's probably colder in North Carolina than times where I'm wearing a t-shirt. So these are all my videos. I'm going to go through the analytics. I almost said statistics. Now I have 368 subscribers on the channel, which I appreciate all of you guys. And if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button, because I'm just sharing out knowledge that I'm constantly learning. We've been pretty much steadily sitting at about 100 views every 48 hours. Sometimes it reaches up to about 150. Sometimes it drops down to about 85. But I would say the overwhelming majority has really been about 100 plus over the last couple months. So I think that this is probably some good data, although it's not the best data. I've broken 100 hours of watch time in 28 days, which is really cool. 1.7K views in the last 28 days and 22 new subscribers in the last 28 days. So great stuff. I'm very happy with that. And in here, it's going to give you some information. So right, you could do the last 90 days. It's not going to give us the last 120 days, but I think that this is probably the more friendly version. So I'm just going to pull it out to 90 days just so you guys can see a quick little 90-day look at. And 90 days, I've put on almost 80 subscribers, so 79 subscribers, 5,000 views, right? Almost 300 hours of watch time, which is, in my opinion, mind-blowing how much that is. And then 79 subscribers, which isn't quite the full amount of time. So I'm actually going to break this out to the last 120 days here, which it would be, and I pulled it up, it was February 21st is when we started. So let's do 2/21, perfect, and then we're going to hit apply here. So that is your 120 days. So over the course of 120 days, this is kind of where we've been. We've done 6,700 views, which is kind of crazy if you really think about it. Because if we go back to the homepage here and we just look at this, and there's myself again, but 17,000 views over the lifetime of my channel. Almost half of them have been within the last 120 days, which is kind of insane if you really think about it, right? Clearly, one video has been doing better than a majority of the other videos, right? And these are all really good things to just look at because it's going to give you some valuable information, right? So why are your customer reviews not showing up? 3 things you can do to make money on LinkedIn in 2020. I'm probably going to remake these in the near future for 2021, right? LinkedIn versus Alignable, how to set up your LinkedIn after you get a new job, how to set up a 2-person podcast. I do have a podcast that's in the top 5% in the world. And then subscribers, where are all the subscribers coming from? So a majority is coming from the top 3 videos. You have impressions, how many impressions, and then the click-through rate on some of these. So pretty cool to see, pretty cool to look at all of these, all of this data and make some educated kind of guesses on where the channel is going to go. But really what I want to see is there's a couple things. I want to see the watch time in hours. So I think that this is really, really valuable data here. I don't know if I want to do a full line chart, but let's just do weekly here because I think this is going to give us a much better breakdown, where you could see the watch time in hours, so why your customer review's not showing up. This is all the data. Now, I would love to have it compressed and look really, really clean in the way that I would love to see it, but either way, it's totally fine. You'll be able to see and get a lot of good information here, and I can actually pull up some other data in the YouTube studio as well. So watch time in hours is good over the last 120 days. Has it been growing? I would say for the most part, but every video is going to be hitting at different times. And what I've seen a lot, and I've brought it up several times in this on my channel here, but the crazy part is you have videos such as this first one down here, which is why your customer review is not showing up, where it took 144 days to really start to break through, right? So you'll see that it's kind of growing slowly, 27, 30, and then all of a sudden, around the 144-day mark, it made a total trajectory change and has resulted in 24 new subscribers over the lifetime of this video. So is this going to continuously grow? If I had to guess, yes. Either way, it's totally fine, right? You could see where people fall off, where they're sticking around, how they're viewing it. But overall, I mean, crazy numbers that this one video has gotten 4.2 thousand views. And I remember when it hit the first 1,000, I was like blown away by it, but pretty crazy to see. So a lot of my videos might not even hit for a little while, and that is something that I'm totally okay with. So let's just do custom here. I just want to show you guys quick 2/21, just because I like the way this looks better. It's just an easier to digest graph. But you can see the views have been pretty consistent. I would say slowly going up, nothing too crazy, but slowly going up. Your watch time, or my watch time, has been pretty consistent across the board. And then over the 120 days, I've gotten and acquired 108 new subscribers. So almost 1 new subscriber per day. Is it the growth that I would love to see? Potentially not, but is a growth that I think is really good and sustainable? Absolutely. Now, assuming that I continue to do this for the next remainder of the year, getting a new subscriber, and sometimes I definitely think that if I didn't even put up a video, I'd probably still acquire a new subscriber. But if we plan on, let's just say, 1 new subscriber per day, right, you're talking about another 365 every single year. Now you might be thinking, Harrison, that is an ungodly slow growth. That is 100% true, which is why I'm going to take this. I'm going to pull this out one more time here. And I actually want to show you guys the growth of my channel over the course of the last, since the lifetime of the channel here, which I think is probably going to be the most valuable information. So one day I happen to have a video go slightly viral right here where I did get a handful of subscribers. But for the most part, you can see that it was pretty inconsistent for a long time. I'd go a long period of time without a single subscriber, right? And then over time, it started to increase to the point where I'm getting usually at least one per day, right? There's always going to be drop-offs where somebody's going to unsubscribe. But for the most part, over the lifetime of my channel, it's been pretty consistent as far as, or at least now it's being more and more consistent, whereas this wasn't so consistent. The crazy part is, too, is if you look at the watch time has consistently gone up. Now, would I like it to grow up even faster, even more? Of course I would. But once again, I don't have that super viral content. And then over the lifetime of my entire channel, I've had 18.1 thousand views, and this one I believe I ran a ad for right here, so it had a good pop. But even still, if you zoom in here, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, you could really tell that there's just a little bit of an increase in here, which is great. I mean, you're looking at 60, 40 to 50 to 60 views, and then just pre this state, you're looking at 3, 4, 5, and even after that state, you're looking at 10, 15, maybe back to 5. I mean, it's pretty consistent as far as low, and then it keeps going up and up and up. So if I pull this out to the last, I don't know, let's just say the last 365 days, this will be a really good indicator to show you that, hey, it's been consistently growing. Now, once again, is it at the rate that I would love to see it at? I don't quite know, but it's definitely at a solid rate that I'm happy with. And by consistently doing this more and more and building up more videos, it's only going to help me more in the long term. And 763 hours of watch time, and that watch time consistently is going up, which is cool. So that's huge. The other thing that I want to show you guys, and like you guys already saw the subscribers, this is really the more intricate data for myself as the creator, going in and digging down and fully understanding this. But I mean, it's pretty crazy. If we do a little comparison to period over period, right? Let's just do, we could do February 21st to June 20th, 2021 here. And then we could do, I guess this is the previous 90 days. So, or better yet, 120 days. So you could see in here that I've gained 108 subscribers over this time period, right? Where this time period was 78. So definitely outpacing it pretty quickly. You can see watch time has been moderately consistent, although better more recently than previously. And the more you go through here, the more it's just going to show you that, hey, the more content that I've made, the better my channel seems to be doing over this. And that's seems to constantly ring true. The more content I'm making, the better it's going. So that's really interesting. Do what you will with that data, but that's what it looks like. And once again, I don't have that super viral content. I really spend almost no time editing these videos. Do I plan on editing a lot more in the upcoming months? Yeah, as I begin to slow down and have a little more free time to enjoy editing, yes, I do plan on really sprucing up the videos and making them super, super engaging. Next thing I want to show you guys is my Google Search Console. Now, if you guys don't know by now, I do have a website called harrisonbarron.com, which is in the process of getting a massive overhaul. So depending on when you look at this, this may not look anything like this, but I do have a very active blog. I think I have about 243 blog articles in here. And then this is the performance. So this is over the last 6 months. Yes, it's not the last 4 months, but you could see that it's consistently growing along with my channel, right? And this is a much more vivid chart that you can see, but it's consistently growing. Very happy with the results that I've gotten out of this. Now you might be thinking, well, Harrison, why would you even care about showing this to us? Well, I think it's important that not everybody does a one content piece strategy where you should diversify. So I put a lot of time and energy into my blog. I'll probably start to put a little more time and energy into my blog again now that I'm not going to be doing a video potentially every day, although I'm really, really enjoying it. And I'll be doing a balance of the two. So maybe it'll be a blog one day, video the next day, blog one day, video the next day. More so once the website gets a total overhaul, which is in the process of happening. Now, I also want to show you guys my Amazon affiliates account at the end of this, just so you guys can see maybe money attached to this. Now, this is just one of the sources of revenue that my channel's brought in. But you can see in here, too, I've also pulled this up. This is the traffic to my website from all the sources. So as you can see, it's consistently gone up. I mean, we've had a slow months here, and as the world begins to open up more and more, it's probably going to drop down even more, and I'm okay with that. But this is since the beginning of the year. So, I mean, it's kind of leveled out for the most part, and then more towards recently, it's beginning to get a little more aggressive as far as traffic growth, which is awesome. I mean, that's something that you obviously want to see, and it's kind of been sitting there. And like I said, I'm not doing a single email. I'm not driving any additional traffic. This is purely from my organic content. And then on top of that, whatever people are clicking down below my YouTube videos. I did do a Pinterest campaign for a little while. I have yet to continue doing that. And there's the data again, so you guys could see it, right? But I think the last and most important part is over the last, I guess, since the beginning of this year, you can actually see how much traffic YouTube has brought in. So YouTube has really not brought in that much traffic, 23 clicks, about 4% of my overall traffic back to my website. It's not that much. I mean, I would have actually thought it was going to be a lot more. Facebook, Pinterest, and then there's YouTube and LinkedIn. So pretty wild to think about that, and you can actually see how many people have really visited my website. I mean, it's been consistently 5 people. Now, is that a lot? Not at all. But as my channel continues to grow, you're going to see that number increase over time and over time and over time. Now, I also really have done a poor job at monetizing my YouTube channel and my website, but as you can see on my Amazon affiliates account, I made about $28 this year, which is honestly better than I would have thought. Now, some of these have been somebody asking me directly for, hey, can you send me a link, or can you do anything like that? But the really cool part is people are clicking on the links. So you can see that I get about 50 clicks per month on my YouTube channel to any of the links that I have down below this video, such as my 4K webcam. But this is what people are clicking on. This is what people have purchased. Interesting stuff. Overall, people have bought about $1,000 worth of stuff, and that has turned into $28. Now, you might be thinking, Harrison, why on earth would you do all this work if you're only going to make $28? Well, let's disregard the amount of clients that I've gotten from my YouTube channel onto my agency or any of my courses. Let's just talk about how content works. Now, you might be thinking, and I've already made a video about this, but you might be thinking, well, Harrison, $28 over the course of the first 6 months of the year, that's only about $50 for the whole year. And in which case, you'd be 100% right. I would thoroughly agree with you. But here's the beautiful part about content and YouTube and really driving these links and traffic over is it compounds. So as you've seen with my YouTube videos, as you've seen with my blogs, it's consistently driving more and more and more and more traffic over time. This is where the money comes in. It's not the instant money that's going to be in my pocket today or tomorrow, but this may look very different. Maybe it's quadrupled between now and January, right? So maybe next year I'm going to make $200, which might sound kind of low still, but it grows exponentially. So because I have all that content, I have 230 something videos that are 233 videos that are currently published, right? If I keep doing this at an aggressive rate, right? Let's just say that jumps to 400 videos, right? Another 170 videos by the end of this year. It's really not that difficult to do, right? 365 days in a year. You're talking about 150 days left of content. So this now gives me the ability to go in and make more and more content that is going to work for me time and time and time again. And I really spend zero time monetizing my channel. Once again, I really don't mention you can go visit my agency, growth-generators.com, if you need websites or you need any additional marketing support. I don't mention anything about my course for the most part down in the links below, or my free Facebook group where I give out tons of knowledge. I really don't include any of that in almost any of my videos. They've all been strictly value videos. Now, going forward, am I going to focus more on monetary stuff? Of course I am. I'm going to start plugging all of the hardware I use. I'm going to start doing some videos about my webcam, maybe this little webcam that sits right here. I'm going to go through and really show you guys that things that I can actually monetize. Now, not in a bad way. You're still going to get tons of value from it, but I'm going to start talking about links that you can go buy different things, right? Maybe it's this little pen for my drawing tablet that I've gotten several questions about, or maybe it is a variety, maybe it's my webcam, maybe it's my ring light right here, maybe it's my light box or the lights in the background, right? Or how to light up a studio correctly, or how to build your own studio in your house. These are all different videos that I'm going to make that are typically directly tied to money. So if I can get any of these videos to rank or any of these blog articles to rank, this is going to drive cash directly into my pocket and will make me exponentially more profitable. Along with that, I'm probably going to be doing even more software reviews where we are affiliates, and then ultimately that content will age. And the cool part is this is not trading time for money. I'm making a video once, and these videos are going to last for years and years to come, driving links, traffic back to Amazon or wherever else I drive traffic to. That is going to make me money. So there is a profit part to this. Have I done a very poor job at making money on this? Yes. Was my goal to make any money on this? No. But I know that at some point or another, I will be making a substantial amount of money from this over the course of a period of time. So this has been my breakdown. This has been where I'm at. This is where I foresee the channel going. This is how content works. Once again, if you make super viral content, you're a crazy person, and you just love making content that is super catchy and maybe viral, then you might have very different success. There's pros and cons to both. I hope this video helps. I hope this sheds some light on some people. If you do start a channel, let me know down below. I'd really be curious to see what people say, what people do. And that's been my success with it. So I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you guys do, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps the YouTube algorithm tremendously. Leave a comment down below on whether or not you're starting a channel, or if you think that I could do something better, because I am always looking for good, positive feedback. It doesn't have to be positive in like, hey, you're doing a great job. It could be like positive feedback, meaning like, hey, you should think about doing this or focus on this area. I always appreciate all feedback, and I answer every single comment. At least up to this point, I've answered every single comment that I can answer. So hope this video helps. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.